So guys, I thank you so much for keep on watching our videos, and keep on subscribing and liking the videos, so that we have more feedbacks of what we are doing is proper or we are just dilly-dallying. So on this field here, this is our garlic field. As you can see, this is the garlic field where we are planting organic garlic, where we are not using chemicals or any herbicides in our field. Organic means natural, nothing, no chemicals, no extra thing that will harm our soil or anything else. So on our irrigation now, we are using drip irrigation to water our plants. So when we planted this garlic here, it's germinated 7 days. It started to showing that it's starting to germinate. The germination process that is shooting out from the ground and coming to the top, to the surface of the ground. So this is our drip irrigation here. Originally it was for the maize or other stuff which requires much spacing. As you can see, there were only 2 drip lines. These ones here on the far end, these were the drip lines that we were having on our field, and we were planting maize and sugar beans and the other stuff that requires a bigger spacing. So on the garlic now, there was a challenge that we had to make our beds much compacted, since the spacing of maize and garlic is different. We had to put extra pipes of drip irrigation. So this process of putting more extra drip irrigation is much simpler for me, since I do the installation by myself. So the difference now, these outer ones here, they were 80 centimeters apart. So for me I had to create these other extra 2 lines, to which it required me to put the extra drip lines. So these drip lines here, as you can see, they are movable. They are quite movable. All that you need is a drill. You can drill this water line. This is our water line, and this is the drip line. So you just have to remove here. If you remove here, as you can see, if you remove here, it's quite easy with my booster pump there. If it's too powerful, it will just pull out by itself. That means you have to close the valve. So this is the valve where you have to open on this place here. This is the valve where you open. So this valve here is for the garlic field. It supplies the whole garlic field, and this one, the other valve here, was supplying the maize field, the area where there is this maize here. And then come back here and then reinstall it again on this side here, which is not that difficult. It's just very simple. And then you twist here, and it's tight again. And then you can reopen your valve, and then you start watering your plants. So the reason why I had to put this drip line on each and every line, since there is a ripple effect of the water that will be spreading on the field, I had to take a precaution of avoiding dry areas. Garlic plant. So the garlic plant, now that is covered with 4 lines, I don't have to worry about the dry areas where the water is not reaching the other crops. So on this farm area, we are using two irrigation systems. That is you use the drip irrigation and the hose pipe irrigation, where you'll be holding the pipe manually. but that one will to take you too long. Otherwise, you'll be, instead of doing other jobs, you're supposed to do that only, the watering with the hose pipe. Unlike when you're doing a drip irrigation, you just calculate your time. With these 4 lines, I know that I'm covered. No need to worry about other plants not getting in sufficient water. So when you're watering this field now, it takes about every day 30 minutes. I do 30 minutes of drip irrigation watering, which I'm getting from my tank. There's a tank with 5,000 liters of water, which when I'm watering now, it only takes about 30 minutes for it to be empty. And I know that it's now sufficient each and every single day. So every day, that tank I fill about 2.5 hours to make it full. When it's full, I will just set my timer on a 30 minutes mark to water this whole field here. And I know that the tank will be empty by 30 minutes. So I just have to switch it off and then do it another, and then do it the following day. So every day, after 5 days, I will just only skip 1 day and then continue the cycle again. So every day we are doing 30 minutes of water irrigation on our plants. So you can see it stretches for 50 meters long. The width is 50 meters and then the width is 13 meters. So this area will cover 40 kgs of garlic, which I planted on this field. But if you are planting only 10 kgs, you only need about 50 meters by 2 lines, which are by 2 beds. They will give you 10 kgs, or you can plant your 10 kgs of garlic there. Make sure that the water is equally distributed on each and every line that I was going to plant. So these lines here, they are only 25 centimeters apart. So for me to plant this area, it was very tiresome, I can tell you, since I do it by hand and I had a little bit of help though, and it made the process a little bit easier and much faster. So as you can see, the germination now, on our germination, the germination is about 90%. It's 90% germination, of which it's not that bad. I can't complain about this. And the spacing now from one single line, it's supposed to be 6 centimeters to 10 centimeters apart. 6 centimeters to 10 centimeters apart, of which you can see they're much closer. They need to be much closer. This thing is slightly different from planting our normal onion plant. So let me move to this side here to show you the germination now, so that you can see the whole field, how it's germinating. It's germinating quite okay. The germination is all right. It's not a big issue we are having here. The germination is about 90%, and there are still some plants which are still to germinate, where there are some space there. As you can see, where there's a bigger space, I'm noticing that I could have planted the clover much deeper than the others. So that means when you are planting your cloves, you don't have to go much deeper. Just put about 3 centimeter deep, 3 centimeter to 4 centimeter deep, hole dips. Just make the holes with something, with a stick or with a finger. If your fingers are much stronger, just put a finger, drip it down to 3 centimeter deep. That's 3 centimeter deep. That's about 3 centimeter deep here. Or if you are using a stick, that's do the same thing. Since you can see that my field is quite wet, it's quite wet. So when you are planting, it's always good to make the field you make the field wet first, and then you plant. This is my first time planting this garlic, and as I'm seeing it, I can't complain, and I'm much satisfied with the field, and the germination has been excellent. It's been quite excellent. As you can see along the stretch, I have no issues of some areas where the germination is not happening. where there are some gaps, it's only a small gap which is not that bad. So when we are de-weeding, we are not going to be using chemicals again. This is going to be done by hand. We use a small hoe to de-weed the field. So you'll be de-weeding by hand using a small hoe, or you can just be plucking out the weeds. So we see how our weeds will be coming out from how the weeds will be coming out. On this field here, the competition with the weeds now, since you are doing organic, you have to be vigilant. Keep watching how our weeds are growing, so that the competition between our crop, our garlic crop, and the weeds, they don't have any competition, since the weeds can bring in a lot of complication on our crop. So that means you have to be very vigilant. So that means we need to be very, very vigilant on the crop. So the drip irrigation is doing quite sufficient, doing quite a good job. It's doing quite a very good job here. As you can see across the whole field, the germination is very good and it's very sufficient. And the water, with our water here, it's quite satisfactory. So guys, I thank you very much for watching the video, and keep on watching and subscribing. Thank you very much for watching, and keep on farming. There's money in farming. Thank you so much.